17 years old attacker, 65 rated with estimated potential of 88. Thomas LAWAL representing England. And what I must say, that is going to be the key for the Manchester United upcoming success. The next superstar for the Red Devils. But let's not quite put that much pressure on 17 years old boy who does not have a real experience in professional football yet. And let's go step by step. Firstly, we need to identify LAWAL's role in this Manchester United team. Rasmus Højlund is a guaranteed starter up top, with Martial being his backup for this season. Sadly, LAWAL is not even going to make the bench for the most of the games, so he decided to have a talk with the manager about his role in the club for the upcoming season. Clearly, you show all the signs the football star needs, but for now we do have a lot of competition in the team, and I can't promise you will get the minutes you desire this season. And after consulting with his agent, LAWAL asked the manager to loan list him for a season so he could have appropriate playtime and gain experience needed to perform on the highest level. And that's exactly what happened. LAWAL's got a lot of interest right after being loan listed. But the clubs that have come for him was mainly from the EFL League One. He is surely good enough to play in the second tier league, like the Championship or the Serie B. So we decided to wait a little bit more, and it paid off eventually. Thomas LAWAL is leaving Manchester United's camp for Portsmouth, the team that has recently been promoted to the Championship and has ambitious plans of staying and pushing even for the playoff spot. But is that too bold for a team which clearly lacks the quality the Championship requires? And the main question, is Thomas LAWAL good enough to compete in this league? I guess we will find that out soon. Portsmouth board completed 3 transfers besides loaning in Thomas LAWAL, and they were serious about the new season. Portsmouth signed 2 players for defense by strengthening the right back position and the center back position. And finally, Eden Horvath was signed as the main man between the sticks. But the reality is that the team was struggling hard. They lost their first game against Burnley, conceding 2 goals in the first half without creating a proper chance to score. And even worse, Portsmouth lost the second game to their bitter rivals Southampton, again being bang average in attack and simply amateur in defense. And on top of that, Thomas LAWAL did not get a single minute in these games, and it was obvious Portsmouth was desperate for further improvements. So the board decided to strengthen the squad with new signings. Luke O'Connell signed to play in the center of the pitch, and 2 signings for the left flank, Josh Murphy and Lee Buchanan. And the very next game, LAWAL finally made his debut for Portsmouth. But to be fair, he was struggling on the pitch. He lost the ball a couple of times, caught out of position even more often, and Portsmouth ended up losing another game with the same score. And it was a disappointing performance from LAWAL. Did he make a mistake by joining Portsmouth? After 6 games, Portsmouth was the dead last in the league with 0 points. Thomas LAWAL had 3 games with 0 goal involvements. This was a disaster of a start. Can Portsmouth even dream of surviving the Championship? And is LAWAL even a right player to help them? Or he is going to return to Manchester with having 0 impact this season? At this point it was clear something had to be changed right away. And the manager decided to switch the tactical vision of the team to counter-attack. The very next game against Bristol, Portsmouth was looking a little bit more solid at the back, but they conceded first again in the 79th minute. But then, in the 90th minute, LAWAL performed an amazing incisive pass to Lane, who managed to find the net, and just like that, the first point in the league was secured. After that game, manager decided to use the best qualities of LAWAL and changed his position from striker to center forward. Now LAWAL is playing behind the main striker Bishop, and that small change was crucial. Although the next game was probably the most painful one, as Preston scored the winner on the last second of the game. Clearly Portsmouth was gaining confidence and was ready for their first win. After 10 games, sitting on the last position and having only 3 draws all the season, Portsmouth was preparing for the game against Stoke City. And they played the match brilliantly, especially LAWAL, who scored his first goal in professional football after the steal. And although Stoke managed to equalize soon enough, another beautiful play from LAWAL found Connell completely free and he smashed it home, securing the first win for Portsmouth. Again, Portsmouth seemed to start the game strong, almost every time scoring the first, but lack of attention after scoring a goal has become a pattern, and if they manage to score again, they would most probably win. This good form continued till January. LAWAL-Bishop partnership was deadly up front, and it paid off massively. After 26 games, Portsmouth drastically improved their results, and now we're on the 16th position with 33 points. But surely, Portsmouth had a long way to go, and losses happened along the road. Again, the lack of experience of playing in this level was obvious. Thomas LAWAL was extremely exhausted, only 17 years old, and he played almost every single game from the beginning till the end. And as a result, he was benched for the game against Preston in the FA Cup round of 32. Preston was looking sharp at this game and got the opener with a majestic free kick from Potts. And after Preston scored the second as well in the beginning of the second half, the manager decided to bring LAWAL in for 30 minutes, and unfortunately, the worst happened. Thomas pulled his hamstring and was forced to leave the pitch. It is going to take 7 weeks for him to fit in again. And the hardest part of the season for Portsmouth began. They struggled big time, especially when Colby Bishop got injured as well. After 37 games, Portsmouth were only 17th with 45 points, and it's safe to say that the season was ended for them. With the one last game against the rivals Southampton, Portsmouth is willing to take their revenge. But to be honest, Southampton are looking way better on the pitch and opened the score already in the 6th minute of the game. Although Thomas LAWAL tried his best by having the shots from different distances, he had most probably his match of the season, it was not enough. And the second time in a single year, Portsmouth lost in the derby. The heartbreaking ending of the season for Portsmouth fans. In the end of the season, Portsmouth made their way up to the 13th place, and as a bit of relief, Southampton battled the playoff final against Middlesbrough. Thomas LAWAL had a massive first season in his career with 14 goal contributions, one of the best performances in this Portsmouth team. He does have another season on loan at Fratton Park, it's better be good. A lot of departures happened right in the beginning of the next season. Besides that, the board was backing up the manager with some massive signings, starting with loan and Charlie Patino from Arsenal. But most importantly, 3 other high-profile talents were signed. In Issa Diop from Fulham, Linton Maina from Köln, and probably the main signing for Portsmouth, Kelechi Iheanacho from Leicester, joined the team as well. To spend almost 25 million on transfers in the Championship was a clear statement. Portsmouth is the promotion candidate. And they started the season greatly. New number 10 of the team, LAWAL, scored the first goal of the season and created a new deadly partnership with Iheanacho. And it worth to be mentioned, Portsmouth goalkeeper Ethan Horvath elevated his game to the new heights and was a unit between the sticks. After 10 games in the league, Portsmouth were 5th, and LAWAL played almost all the games and was one of the leaders on the pitch. They continued this form further in the season, and LAWAL started to take more and more responsibility. Although Portsmouth were still adapting to the league and were losing the points to the teams from the middle of the table, the team led by Iheanacho and LAWAL was fighting in every game for the win. Thomas LAWAL began to demonstrate his outrageous skills on the ball, and opponents clearly did not enjoy it. Anyways, the positive results were coming pretty regularly. In January, Portsmouth is looking solid on the 4th position with 44 points. They even have a chance for the direct promotion, but let's be real, do they actually have the quality right now? In the second part of the season, Portsmouth lost some precious points against the teams from the bottom of the table, as well as yet another derby against Southampton, ending up the regular season on the 4th position, just behind their rivals. It is the time for the promotion playoff semi-finals against West Bromwich Albion. This is a massive opportunity for Portsmouth to return to the Premier League after 14 years, and they're willing to take it. They strike first after the brilliant team play. In the beginning of the second half, John Swift gets direct red card for the disgraceful tackle on LAWAL, and it seems that Portsmouth will not have a difficulty to win this game in their favor. But against all the odds, West Brom has found the equalizer, and that's it. 1-1 after the first game. Everything will be decided in the second match. Kelechi Iheanacho is still missing because of the injury. But despite that fact, Portsmouth were attacking hard. They had a couple of bottled chances, but eventually the through ball from Charlie Patino found Bishop a one-on-one against the keeper and he got the opener. And that was enough. Portsmouth was in the promotion finals, facing their bitter rivals Southampton, who are desperate to win this battle, especially after the devastating loss in the final year ago. You did see everything correctly. Luka Modric is their captain and the leader. And it will be fair to say, this game was all Southampton. They had massive chances in the first half and in the beginning of the second half as well. But Ethan Horvath was having the game of the lifetime. And apart from that, even Modric was missing sitters. But everything changed in the 73rd minute, when Thomas LAWAL produced another impressive pass finding Lang on the right flank, and he opened the score. And this was not the end. 5 minutes later, an individual brilliance of LAWAL struck again. This time Linton Mina saw his name written on the scoreboard. An outstanding 5 minutes of excellence from the young talent, and Portsmouth started celebrating the promotion to the Premier League. Those were 14th and 15th assists from LAWAL alongside 14 goals this season. Ridiculous numbers from the 19 years old. He was 1 point short from the top assister of the league and also unlocked a new playstyle. Alongside his signature close dribbling and trivela shots, he is now able to perform incisive passes regularly with high accuracy. And after 2 years of highly successful loan spell at Portsmouth, LAWAL is returning to Manchester. But the manager has a surprise for him, and not a pleasant one.